Well, good morning guys, welcome to our midweek devotional. We really hope this inspires you.
Hi, my name's Leigh and I'm part of Brave Church. On the 25th of January this year, which was a Saturday night, we were having a party at our house. There were about 30 people coming and we had outside caterers coming, bringing the food in and everything. And all day long, I've been getting chest pains. I've had a couple of heart attacks a few years ago. So, you know what you're like us blokes, I didn't tell my wife. I said, I don't want to spoil this party. Everybody's coming. It's a big family thing. I'm just not going to say anything. Anyway, the food was arriving at 7 o'clock and the party was starting at 7:30. About 6:30, it just started getting worse and worse, these chest pains. And, you know, I thought, I'm going to have to tell my wife. So I said, Katrina, I didn't tell you before, but I've been having chest pains all day and they're getting worse and worse. They're getting stronger and stronger. I don't know whether we need to go to hospital or what to do. I said, I'm just going to lie on the bed and I'm just going to pray and see what happens. We're upstairs getting ready. So I lies down on the bed and it was like fear. Fear was in the room. I was scared. Katrina was scared, my wife, because of past experiences when we've been to hospital and all that. And I was gripped with fear. And I was just lying there and I was thinking, I wonder what some of the men of God of old would have done. I was thinking, what would John Wesley have done? Sounds daft, I know, but what would Smith Wigglesworth? Here's a guy, he was a plumber from Bradford, and he prayed for people and he saw loads of people get healed. He saw dead people raised. I thought, if that was him lying on that bed, what would he do? And as I'm thinking through these thoughts, you know, I'm thinking, what did Jesus do? What would the disciples have done? This voice said to me, get up, stand up, and walk into this thing, clear as anything. Get up, stand up, and walk into it. And I said, Katrina, I really believe God has just spoke to me and I've got to do what he's told me. You know, Jesus said, my sheep will hear my voice. This is not some weird thing. It wasn't an audible voice. It was just inside these words came to me. So that's what I did. I got off the bed, I stood up and I walked and I went downstairs. And within 20 minutes, the pain had gone. Nobody knew anything about it. We had a great party and all that went on. But the difference were faith. And, you know, God said to Moses, Moses, that staff in your hand, hold it out over the Red Sea. And as you do that, the sea will open up. Moses had a choice. He could have said, it ain't going to happen because he had loads of fears like lots of us. But when he did that, the sea completely opened up and there's a wall of water on either side and God's people walk through into the promised land. Now, I honestly, if you were walking through there with your family, with your kids and you know, maybe older people, and you had a wall of water on either side of you, you would still be scared. You would still be nervous, but you've made a choice that you're going to walk on and walk into this. And I believe this is a Bible principle that's all over the Bible. You know, the priests in the Old Testament, they had to step into the River Jordan for the River Jordan to stop flowing. They didn't stand there and pray about it. They didn't, you know, do any religious stuff. God said, when your feet go in the water will stop flowing. And it's not a bit of a stream, this Jordan. It's a proper big river. I've seen it. And as they stepped into the water stopped flowing and they were able to go across. In the New Testament, Peter had to step out of the boat to see the miracle. He had to take that step of faith that he actually, apart from Jesus, is the only man that ever walked on water. But when I had that experience on the 25th of January, I felt like God said to me, Pete, this is not just for now, and this is not just for you. So a week after that, the coronavirus hit the news. It was not just in China anymore, but it was going to be a national, pandemic. And everything has changed since that time. I had no idea that within a few weeks of having that experience on the bed, I'd be sitting here in front of this camera telling whoever was watching this thing, I had no idea other people were going to know about that. But I believe God said that it's not just for me. And you might be watching this today. And this coronavirus, it's not just a pandemic, a virus. It's a pandemic of fear as well. We've just lost a friend yesterday. Just yesterday, a friend of our family. And it's affecting our family. People are losing their jobs in my family. But 365 times in the Bible it says, fear not. That's one for every day of the year. And I believe that God wants us to stand up and walk into stuff. Whatever your thing is, it may be, you're fearful of losing your job, you may be fearful of your health, it may be something else in your family, I don't know, it could be anything. But somehow that fear has got to go from the driving seat to the back seat, so that you walk into whatever that thing is and you take God with you. Every morning where I live, I can hear a bird sing. And it's a really, I've been trying to work out what bird it is. A really unusual song, but it's really distinct from all the rest. And it seems to start earlier than the others. And it wakes me up. But do you know what? When it wakes me up, it's still dark. It's still pitch black. And this little bird is singing because it knows that the dawn is coming, that the light is coming. It's still dark, but it's singing and it's believing. And it just reminds me every single day that it might be dark. There might be stuff in your life that you think, that is really scary. God says, stand up, walk into it in faith and trust Him. Get that fear from the driving seat to the back seat. Thank you so much for listening.